Good morning. This is Ellen, Sisters 3 Farm, all things about wool, and I just thought I would do a quick little update video to say hello and let you see what I'm doing on my frame and how my rug is coming along. So, let me take this off. I think I'm going to try doing a live hook along 1 month out of the, 1 month, a Thursday, probably a Thursday, because we could do afternoon, that might be nice, or a Thursday morning. I really haven't decided yet. I might try both to see which one everybody prefers and give it time to develop and see if people like checking in and showing their work and asking questions. But here we go. So I'm going to do that pretty soon. I put the a poll on the Facebook page, Sisters 3, All Things About Wool. So look for the poll. It's pinned at the top, and please comment. Looks like Thursdays, weekdays are popular for those of us that are retired, and I think that might be a good place to start. But let me show you how my lion is coming along. I'm pleased the way it's happening. Of course, I'm pleased with it. I wouldn't be hooking it if I wasn't pleased. But this is the face. I've got that far. I actually over-dyed some wool, and then I didn't like it because it was way too close to the body, the bright body, and it was just too overwhelming. So I went into my stash because I'm all about use it up, wear it out, make it do. And if it can't be done, then you buy wool. But this is what I ended up doing. I have this like oatmeal-y color, these two creamy colors. There's another little dark one that I put in occasionally. I redrew the top. I didn't like the way it was in the original pattern, so I did a little tweaking there. So I think it's coming along pretty good. I'm pleased with it. He's really cute. He's not supposed to be a scary lion. He's a friendly lion. And I started doing the body. I guesstimate by putting strips. I'm doing 8.5, and I kind of guessed by putting some strips in the biggest part of the body, and I'm gonna need about 20 rows, and I've got 6 values, so I have more than enough wool. And that's the way I figured that out, just by kind of lying it down. And you could do that too. If you're really not sure if you have enough wool and you know the strip you're gonna do, you can just kind of lie some strips down, shoulder to shoulder, and see how that works. You can still do the other way, where you just take your wool and if it's a huge cut like an 8.5, fold your wool into 4 times and lay it on that area. So it's because the bigger your cut, the more wool you're going to be using. So this is the way the body's coming out. So that's been fun. I like that. I think what I'm going to do is just go around today the edge, the border, because I'm going to put a border on this pattern. You can see that there's what I'm calling a border, and then there's this inner leaf border, and then there's the background. I've seen this rug pattern done where the background is the same as the area here, and then there's the leaves. But what I'm going to do is do it as 2 distinct areas. Well, actually 3 distinct areas: border, leaf border, background. So I thought I would go around today and just start doing a little bit of my border, just to see what it looks like, and to make it straight, make sure it's straight. Looks like it is. Looks like a really well drawn pattern. Again, this is not my own pattern. This is a pattern from the Woolly Fox, and it's a pattern by Edith O'Neill. She's got a lot of really lovely old-fashioned primitives. course, you can draw up your own primitive, not a problem. You can be creative. Everybody can tap into their creativity. Ooh, lost my glasses somewhere. Don't know where they went. Oh well, let me find those. Hang on. All right, let me find my glasses. I'll be right back. Oh, here they are. I thought I had them on my head. They fell off. I'm glad that I can laugh at myself. I tend to get a little anxious. Not anxious, but I'm like, I want these videos to turn out to be good. They're well done. And editing is always a challenge. And sometimes it's quite the journey. But here we go. We're gonna hook this up pretty fast. It looks really lovely. It looks spot on. The pattern is drawn so well. It's really a joy to work with a pattern that's printed well. I think there's so many beautiful patterns out there. I have like a list. Of course, my preference for hooking has changed over the years. When I first started hooking, my teacher, Jessie Prentice, who lived in Worcester, Massachusetts, who's passed, she's dead now, lovely woman, and I started hooking with her group, and I learned how to do right off the bat fine shading. That was her primary method of hooking, and I was into it. I was like, I could do this. You saw I posted my very first rug, which was a pattern of the Pineapple Welcome from W. Cushing. The wools were purchased in swatches from Door Mill Store, and it took me a while. To do it. I think it took me a whole year to do that first Welcome Pineapple. And there were parts where I really wasn't sure what I was doing, and I just followed my teacher's direction, and then it clicked. It clicked. When I got to the leaves, it clicked. The background felt good. The little leaves on the pineapple just kind of fell into place. And I felt, this is something I can do. And I continued doing, the fine shading for many years. I joined the Pearl McGowan Guild. I became a certified rug hooking teacher. And I loved it. And then I decided I really wanted to try primitives because their popularity, their ease, it just seemed different, and I wanted to wrap my head around that. And honestly, going from shading to primitive, what wasn't easy, but it was good. It was good. I was glad that I had that shading as a background for me. I thought it really was great. So I popped over into primitives. I started taking lessons from teachers that did primitive pretty much exclusively, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And I added, I think, my own little twist, which other people do too, because this is a small world, our rug hooking. I didn't want to get into doing lots of different fibers, but I did want to add a little bit of shading to my primitive rugs. And you can look at most of my primitive rugs, like the Boston Baked Beans. I consider that primitive. I shaded the pig. I had to. I did like 6 values. I shaded the pig. When I did the heroic scrolls, that has shading in there too. So I did add my own twist to primitive rugs. A lot of the backgrounds are are fun to do too, because they're just like puzzle pieces. I don't like going just back and forth, unless the design really calls for it. But anyways, back to my lion, which I'm calling George the Lion. I'm having a lot of fun doing this. I really enjoy it. I'm going to take some of my old uglies and I'm going to throw them in a pot, the really dark ones that I just haven't used, and they're sitting around and they're good, but they might not be enough to do one project. And I'm going to throw them in a pot and I'm going to over dye them and use them for my background. And I can do a video of that too later on and show you guys that. But anyways, that's a little bit about me and a little bit about my rug hooking. And I hope that when I go live on Thursday afternoons that you will join me. And I believe I'm going to start doing that in February. So February, I will pick a day. I will announce it on the page. And I hope you all join me hooking live, because that'll be fun to get to know you and you to get to know me and ask questions and share your rugs. And it's a learning experience for both of us. So let's see how it goes. And happy hooking. Bye.